Good morning and welcome to the Raid Guide. My name is Richard, and today we're looking at a problem that a lot of people are having in Raid. A lot of kind of newer players, a lot of players who've been playing for a while, which is getting to the Silver 1 missions or getting past the Silver 1 missions, or even just trying to get out of Bronze in Arena. On this account, I'm actually past that stage, and I'm past that stage for a specific reason that we'll go into in a bit. And we'll cover why that reason is why I got past Silvers, why I'm working kind of in Silver at the moment, and we'll cover the workaround of how you can do the same towards the end of the video. For this account, I'm currently at Silver 2. So in kind of the missions progression, I'm currently at the stage where you need to upgrade 2 Great Hall bonuses to level 4. So I've upgraded one of them so far. So look at the Great Hall. So Great Hall, I currently have accuracy at 4 to 10. I need to get another accuracy. So for this, you need 400 silver shields. 400 is a lot. And you can't use bronzes for it. So to upgrade a bronze, I could do that with silver. So 1 silver counts as 2 bronze, so it's half the price essentially. It's half the cost of silver it is for bronze. But that doesn't work going the opposite way, so you can't double the amount of bronzes to get silvers. So have a look here. I can either use 400 silvers or I can use 400 silvers. That's my options at the moment. So you need to be in silver to actually progress through this mission. And the missions are a bit weird like that, where the missions don't always seem to work, or they don't seem to flow well. So I'm stuck here now. So upgrade 2 Great Hall bonuses to level 4. So I'm going to be there for a while. I need another 200 wins in Silver 1 or another 100 wins in Silver 2. But straight after that, the next mission is Campaign Mission, which is earn 3 stars on Stage 7 of Gothris Crossing. Gothris Crossing is Part 10 on hard, so not brutal, on hard. So I need a 3-star Stage 7, which is the boss stage, of Part 10. Then I need to unlock 3 masteries, Tier 3 masteries for 2 champions. So at this point, I'm level 52. I have 5 champions, all at full masteries. So that's a weird order where I'm stuck here at essentially an arena mission. But that one is easy. I've 3-star Brutal, I'm working on 3-star Nightmare. Unlock Tier 3 masteries, that's easy. Clear Stage 7 Hallowed Horse, that's Stage 11, so that's Part 11. So again, that's beat the boss on hard, Stage 11. Win artifacts from Stage 5 or higher Fire Knights. So Stage 5 at Fire Knight, that's not difficult. That should be quite early on. Send champions on level 5, again, that's not too bad. 3 stars on Stage 7, that's fine. Upgrade to 4 champions to level 50, again, that's easiest things to do. Win a total of 4 stars. So again, Spider's Den, so it's winning artifacts from Spider's Den. Equipping champion with level 16 artifacts. So this one here is essentially 3-star the campaign, 3-star the hard campaign. Deal 1.5 million damage to the Demon Lord. I'm doing 8-9 million damage a run now on hard or brutal. Earn 3 stars on Brimstone's Path. And how difficult is that? Yeah, so that's finished the campaign. That's finished the hard campaign. That's 3-star the hard campaign. Then after that you have reached Silver 2 in Classic Arena. And after Fuse Just Go, which Fuse Just goes fine as well. That's not a problem. So with missions, the issue always seems to be the arena missions, especially in Part 1, Part 2. You generally get stuck at the Silver 1 mission, which is the mission to just get to Silver 1. And then once you get there, you then need to win 50 battles at Silver 1. And then after that, you need to get to, I think after that is then do the Great Hall. So there's 3 kind of silver ranked missions quite early on, which don't add up with the rest of the missions. The rest of the missions aren't the same kind of level of difficulty. If this was, get to Silver 2, finish Brutal maybe, I could see that. And it skips a lot of bronze. There's never any, there is some, you do get some bronze missions as well, but they seem to pass through bronze very quickly. I feel like this should be, if this was get to bronze 4, or, upgrade 2 Great Hall bonuses to level 3, I think that'd be okay. If this last one here was get to bronze 4 in Arena, I could see that being, that's manageable, that's doable for kind of this part. Then silver should be in the next part. It seems weird. It seems very disjointed in terms of missions and how it works. There's also the bigger problem with it in the arena in general, which is very hard to progress. So there's a lot of people stuck at bronze who can't progress, and it's not getting easier over time. So generally you think, okay, as I'm getting on my account, as my account's getting more powerful, as I'm getting more characters, as I'm progressing through, things should start getting easier. So that's how it works with dungeons. That's how it works with pretty much everything else in the game. Is as you get better, as you get more into the game, as you get more characters, things get easier. Arena isn't doing that. There's lots of people who are getting towards later game. They've been playing for 6 months towards a year, and they're still stuck at bronze. They're still struggling at bronze, and there is a reason for that. And essentially, it's the matchmaking system that Plarium were using in the arena. And they kind of recently confirmed that this is how the matchmaking is now working. It used to be a different system, and they had a lot of problems with that. They kind of put an intermediary fix in, which has solved the problem for a while. So kind of 6 months ago, there was a very big issue. They put kind of a patch on it, fixed it a little bit. It got a lot easier, and now we're kind of getting to a stage where it's getting difficult again. But the reason for that is the new matchmaking system they've put in place. With this new system, matchmaking is now based a lot on player power. So this number up here, player power, we'll have a quick look. So my player power on this account is 278,000 player power, so 278k. This is an account which I think I'm about a day 54, something like that. I'm level 52. So I'm playing for a while, so I'm playing, month and a half, 2 months. So 278k at that point is quite low. And if we look at my kind of champions, I don't have a lot of champions. If we have a look at my vault, I don't have a lot of champions ready up. I did something specific on this account, which was I was looking at whether or not it's possible to farm characters and can progress through the game by farming. And one thing I discovered is it makes Arena easier by doing that, because of this power that the player put in place. So if we have a quick look at Arena now, so look at my Arena. So the thing that should be in Arena now, so as level 2, players should be within 5 levels of you. So I'm level 52. So the highest level I should see is level 57. The lowest I should see is 47, something like that. So this player here, unnamed player, 49, 56, 48. So they all should be around my range in terms of kind of their player levels. So generally all players should be within 5 levels of you. And that's kind of one of the other things that is put in place. So you shouldn't see players in the 20s, you shouldn't see players in the 70s if you're in your 40s, let's say. And that's kind of one of the matchmaking things. The other one is it's based on player power. So a quick refresh, and we'll have a look. So that looks like quite a hard team. 140k, that's quite high. But intermixed with these, there are occasionally teams where it is beatable. So that's probably a beatable team. That looks like a beatable team. That one may be. So generally, on kind of in Silver 2, per page, that might be a beatable team. There's normally 2 or 3 people I'm willing to try and fight against per page. And that is because of the player power. So I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing a couple of people. So Silver 2 is probably about my level for now. I don't have an amazing team. I have essentially if we have a quick look, I have the kind of basic free-to-play team. So look here. So a High Katoon, a War Maiden, a Spirit Host, and a Kale. They're not massively well geared. I've no accuracy banners on any of them. I've no crit damage. Necklaces. I don't have crit damage gloves on anyone. They're okay, but they're not amazing. They're not particularly well geared. They are quite low, kind of low end gear spec. So Silver 2 is probably alright for me. That's probably where I'm stuck at the moment. And in an ideal world, that would be great. So as time goes on, you can build up your player power, etc., and keep progressing through the game. So as I get more and more player power, I should get better. I should be able to move up higher and higher. I may be able to get to Silver 3 at some point, get some more gear, better characters. I might be able to get to Silver 4, etc. That's how it should work. Unfortunately, it's not doing that at the moment. So I've got another video which goes a bit more in depth into this, how player power works, and essentially how, also showing how you can tweak your player power to try and make Arena easy for you. I'll link to that. Should be a video up here, and I'll link it down below as well. It goes a lot more in depth. But essentially, the findings of that video were that the people you fight in Arena are based on player level and based on how much power you have, among other things. So it confirms what Plarium is saying. And as you gain power, the issue with that is that as you gain power, the fights don't get easier. So if you are a year in and you're still struggling in bronze, it's probably because you've got a lot of player power. It's probably because you've got a lot of characters. You might have full faction wars teams. And that would be why people are getting stuck in bronzes. That's why you can't progress any higher, because you're getting matched against people with very high power teams. So kind of what is the solution for this? What's the what's the thing we can take away? What can we do about it? So at the moment, Plum seems to be happy with how Arena is. They don't want to change anything. They're keeping an eye on kind of Arena as it is at the moment. There's a very good Hell Hades video, which is kind of what I based a lot of this on, or what kind of I got information from. I thought, oh, let's try it out from about a week ago. I'll also link that down below. I'd recommend watching that if you want to kind of see what Plum's attitude is at the moment, what their thoughts are on it. But they are saying they're keeping an eye on Arena. They're going to see if they need to change anything, they will change it. But at the moment, they're quite happy with it. As a solution, I'd like the matchmaking system to be a bit skewed. I would like it if, in Bronze, you had essentially So in Bronze, it was essentially easier for you. So maybe it's skewed. So, okay, this is the teams that are about your power level. Let's take 20% off that. Let's make it a bit easier. Let's make it so you can progress through Bronze. Because everyone should be able to get through Bronze. Arena should be difficult. Arena should be a difficult thing. Getting to Gold 4, that should be hard. That should be kind of top level players. That should be players who are very good. They understand how the game, they understand the mechanics, they have the good teams. That should be what Gold 4 is for. That should be what Platinum is for. Platinum should be your best. It should be your best 300 players in Raid. That shouldn't be Bronze 4. That shouldn't be getting to Silver 1. You shouldn't need those levels of teams. You shouldn't need that amazing kind of level commitment to get to that level. So I would like to see it, whereas if you're in Bronze, it is skewed. It is skewed so the teams are easier, so you can progress through. And maybe that goes away in Silver 1, maybe that goes away in Silver 2, Silver 3, etc. And, Silver 3, 4, 5, Silver 3, 4, Gold 1, they're all kind of normal based on your powers, but you can get to a level where you're kind of average, you're in the middle. So you're not in Bronze, you're not in Gold, you're smack bang in the middle. That's fine. I'd be happy to see that. But it seems like there is very much a kind of glass ceiling at the moment, which is, you're hitting Bronze 3, Bronze 4, and you're stopping there. You can't hit those Silvers. And it is hard. They've also talked about, Playroom have also talked about extending the missions. So with a future update, they talk about making more missions. So essentially we have 4 parts at the moment. They potentially talk about having a 5th part and having another legendary character being the end of that 5th part. So maybe something will change then. Maybe the missions will change. Because the kind of takeaway for all this for me is the big issue here is with missions. There's a problem with Arena as well. Arena's difficult. I think it's unreasonably difficult. And I don't think you should have to hack away at your player power to make it easier, which is essentially the only viable solution. Again, if you check out the other video, I go a lot more into depth about that, and we test it out. The problem at the moment is the missions. So in Part 2, we shouldn't be seeing Silver missions. This should be coming in Part 3, not Part 4, I say Part 3 of these missions should be where we're seeing the Silver stuff rather than Part 2 of it. Because it doesn't add up with the missions around it. The other missions around it are easier than the Silver ones, than the Arena missions are. They have mentioned extended missions, so hopefully, maybe they will change at some point. Maybe they will change so Silver missions do appear later. That would be a great kind of short-term solution. Lets us progress further along these campaign missions. We'll still get to stuck at the same point, but at least completing more missions in the meantime. Over time, the game should get easier. That's how the rest of the game works. It does get easier over time because you have more teams, you have better artifacts, etc., etc. This kind of player power system, the system of basing all on your player power, which is mostly your champions and your artifacts, that seems to be making it harder as you progress through the game, as you get more players, as you get more champions, as you get more artifacts, as you put better artifacts on champions. You're essentially making Arena harder for yourself by doing that. You're coming up against better teams because there's more power involved now. Yeah, we did test this in a different video, and it did work. We dropped a player power from about 500k to about 200k. Is roughly the same kind of level as this account, so 50s, 53 I think it was. And straight away you can see the difference in Arena. You can essentially see the teams get easier by dropping that 300k power. And it's hard for people to progress at the moment without doing that. And that should be the solution. The solution shouldn't be something that we have to do to our squads. It shouldn't be we have to take artifacts of everyone we're not using. It shouldn't be any champions we're not using anymore, we have to get rid of them. That level 60 Kale that you used, a year ago, but you don't really use anymore. You shouldn't have to get rid of him. But that's essentially the option at the moment that we have of trying to progress through in Arena. In terms of the missions, it is something that hopefully will change. Hopefully the missions will change. With Silver 1, Knowing now that is Blazing Player Power, it does give you an option if it's something that you're bothered about, it's something you want to work towards. It's not a great option, it's not the option I'd like to be able to give you. But yeah, it 100% works. Dropping player power does work. Again, I recommend watching the video. I go a lot more in depth, and we should kind of show how that works. That's kind of where I'm going to leave it for today. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think this is something that does need fixing. Let me know if you're experiencing something similar. If you're struggling, if you're seeing very difficult teams in your arenas, and if you're not able to progress, if you can't get any higher, please let me know in the comments down below. I always try and answer back to comments. I always try and kind of have a conversation with people. I'd be interested to see what you think. So as always, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for watching the raid guide. I hope to see you again for a future edition. Be good, and I hope you all have a good day.